Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to present about our assignment, which is non-destructive testing on product and analysis of defects. For our assignment, we have three team members, which is Izril Fahmi Bihadrawi, Nur Afika Bintil Zulkifli, and me Wansawani binti Wanzamani. Non-destructive testing is used for non-invasive to determine the integrity of a component or quantitatively measure some characteristics of an object. The quick penetrating inspection method is used to reveal surface discontinuities by breath out of a color or fluorescence dye from the flaw or defects. Mild steel iron rod sheet is selected as our component to be inspected because it is most suitable for liquid penetrating inspection in non-destructive testing. Furthermore, this iron rod sheet made from mild steel makes it simple to determine which sort of non-destructive testing to be implemented.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Izzuddin Fahmi bin Hadrawi. My metric number is B09181161. So today I'm going to present about our assignment. So my part is identify the potential defect. So as you know that there are several potential defects that occur in the well, which is crack, lack of fusion, and incomplete penetration. So the first one is crack. The main cause of cracks is happen when the internal stress exceeds the resistance of the weld metal. The second one is lack of fusion. It occurs when there is insufficient fusion between the base metal and the weld metal. And for the last one is incomplete penetration. Incomplete penetration is occur when the metal groove is not completely filled. It is because the weld of metal does not completely pass through the thickness of the joint.
For selecting and planning non-destructive testing method, we use flowchart for the planning implementing liquid penetrant inspections. Before conducting an inspection, it is essential to plan properly in as to have suggestion on what to proceed. First of all, we choose component to inspect. After we choose, we inspect the defects component visually and we determine type of entity to inspect the defect. After we determine, we select the component sections to apply LPI. If the defects not detected, we select the other section in our components. If the defect was detected, we identify type of defect, and lastly, we collect and record the data.
The second part is methodology. Liquid penetration testing is a non-destructive metal inspection procedure used to check for failures. It is a common method used to inspect well. So there are 8 process steps to do liquid penetrant testing, which is surface cleaning preparation. The surface must be free of oil, grease, water, or other contaminants. The sample may also require etching if mechanical operations such as machining, sanding, or grade blasting. The second one is application of a penetrant liquid. Once the surface has been thoroughly cleaned and dried, the penetrant material is applied by spraying, brushing, or immersing the parts in a penetrant bath. The third one is penetrant dwell. The penetrant is left on the surface for a sufficient time to allow as much penetrant as possible to be drawn from or to seep into a defect. The fourth one is removal of excess penetrant. Excess penetrant must be removed from the surface of the sample while removing as little penetrant as possible from defects. It is depending on the penetrant system that been used. The fifth is application of developer. A thin layer of developer is applied to a sample to draw penetrant trap in flows back to the surface where it will be visible. The sixth is indication development. The developer is allowed to stand on the butt surface for a period of time sufficient to permit the extraction. The seventh is inspection of test surface. Inspection is then performed under appropriate lighting to detect indications from any flaws which may be present. And the last one is post-inspection cleaning. And the final step is to thoroughly to clean the part surface.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nurul Afika binti Zulkifli, and today I am going to present about the defect causes and the potential failure for the mild steel iron rod flower shelf rack. Okay, so for the first defect causes is the outdoor weather. For example, the hot, cool and the rainy weather, which is the mild steel iron rod is generally containing 0.05% to 0.25% of carbon. So the material can oxidize and become dull after a long time being outside. Okay, the second defect causes is the corrosion. So these properties of the mild steel iron rod can lead to rusting when the steel is exposed to the oxygen, the humidity, the moisture and water when it is being exposed outside of the house. The other causes that may cause the defect is the tensile stress, where the mild steel is ductile but durable, where it can form a crack, defects or fatigue due to the loading and the unloading of the flower pot or vase onto the mild steel after a long time of use. The other causes that may cause the defect is the quality of material itself, where as we can see this mild steel material is quite cheap and hollow, and then this mild steel can easily corrode and form the defects after several times of use. So the quality of material actually can affect the material as well. The other causes that may cause the defect is the welding defects. This is possible because the mild steel rod, iron rod is small in size and need a very thorough and delicate skill to weld the joints of the small rod. So as we can see, the shelf rack is made up from a bunch of the mild steel iron rod. So it need a very delicate skill to join the iron rod, especially at the T joints of the iron rod. And as we can see, the potential failure is a crack, especially at the T joints of the mild steel iron rod, as we can see on the slide. So the potential failure is actually crack that may caused by the lack of fusion or overfusion of the welding during the welding process. Also, it may cause because of the other causes of the defects. So that is all for the potential failure and the defect causes. So for the conclusion, this project have give us an opportunity to identify and analyze the defect of an object. Thus, it enables us to give a critical thinking on the type of testing that could be made onto the object that we choose, which is mild steel iron rod shelf. And then lastly, it enables us to train on performing a real inspection on material testing procedure that have been taught by Dr. Nuzaima. So that's all from us for the mild steel iron rod shelf. We want to thank Dr. Nuzaima for teaching and guide us on the material testing and inspection procedure for this project. So that is all from us. Thank you.